I have a biological child who I've never seen wanting to make contact, which I don't want, but my family does. When I was 19, an older woman forced herself onto me after a work night out and she got pregnant. It didn't go anywhere legally as it was my word against hers and she had the kid. Sadly, as there's no proof it wasn't consensual, I had to pay child maintenance until it was 16. Obviously, as it was a product of what happened to me, I wanted nothing to do with it. Told her to raise her baby herself. The woman died a couple of years back and I've not heard anything about the kid since, so I had no idea what was going on other than my maintenance stopping. Which was a relief because I finally felt like a millstone had been lifted from around my neck. Because of what happened, I never have been in relationships because of the issues it's caused me, and I haven't got any kids or anything like that, so I feel like I can start living a bit. Brought down to earth a bit last month when my mom said the kid got in touch with her on social media and asked about me and my family and told them she was living with her grandparents herself after her mom died until they both died themselves, so she's not got anyone now. Now my mom is one of these people with a massive soft spot for young people, so she feels sorry for her. I told her I don't feel comfortable with her being in touch with us and I want nothing to do with her, so keep her away from me. She seemed upset, but I thought she accepted it. I will say throughout it all since then, my parents have been an absolute rock. They were some of the only people to support me and I couldn't have done it without them. So I was talking to my mom at the weekend and she admitted to me that she's not only kept in touch with the kid, but she had met them the week before. Basically, they feel really bad for her because of the life she's had and are starting to enjoy her being in their life. Not only that, she's been asking about me and what happened and wants to meet me to talk and ask me questions. Obviously, I'm upset about it. I not only had to go for going against my wishes, but for betraying my trust like that. She said it's hard for her and my dad because of the way I've been. Never had any kids or anything. They have always been sad that they'll never have a grandchild and this may be their only chance. She also told me she thinks I'm being out of order taking it out on an innocent child who didn't ask for this and could at least meet her to talk. I've said no and not spoken since. Which is hard because I normally ring my folks twice a day and my mom keeps on trying to ring me. Update 1: I spoke to my parents. I basically laid out exactly why I didn't want contact with her. I explained it's not a personal thing, but rather she is to me the living embodiment of the woman who forced herself onto me, and that if I were to have contact I feel it would make me relive it all over again. I reassured them they can have contact with her and I won't stop it, but to stop trying to force me. They obviously agree with me, and said they'll respect my wishes. With regards to Christmas, as it stands she'll go for Christmas Day and I won't, and I'll go for Boxing Day. My parents are upset because it means I'll be completely on my own Christmas Day. I also wrote her a letter and gave it to them. I wasn't mean or anything to her, but I explained exactly why I didn't want contact and how being in touch with her would make me feel, and that until I get better, I didn't want contact, and asked her to respect that. My folks gave it to her and she read it while she was at their house. My mom told me she broke down crying and was really upset. Obviously had no idea what happened. She asked them if they'd let her have some paper and write me a letter back, and she did. They gave it to me. Initially I went mad that they did give it to me because I felt like they didn't respect what I'd said, but they begged me to read it. So I did. And God, I'm now confused. The letter was sweet, for want of a better word. She admitted that she had no idea and apologized to me, and that hurt that she felt like she had to apologize. She also said she'd respect my wishes but gave her contact details and said if I ever wanted to speak to her, she'd be there for me. She also slipped a little passport photo of her in it, which is the first time I've ever seen her and what she looks like. It's weird because before this, she was just a thing. I could ignore her, but reading that she became real. She has a little girl's handwriting. I felt like I could feel her pain in the letter. And seeing her photo, she's a kid. Doesn't look like me, but really looks like my dad, but with her mom's hair and eye color. But she does look sad in it. I didn't say anything to my parents about it, but I'm now really confused. I know I shouldn't have contact with her, and still don't want it for all the reasons I've said before. It's not good for me and also I don't think it's good for her, but I realize I don't hate her or am angry at her at all. I don't want her to feel guilty about her horrible mother, and now I see she's a person. I don't know what's going to happen. Edit. So I just sent my mom a message asking her to say to her that I read her letter and that I don't want her to feel that she has to apologize because she's done nothing wrong. She replied back saying she will. I think she deserves to know that at least. Update 2: So basically I've decided to go to my parents' house at Christmas, when she's going to be there, and meet her. I honestly just decided today. I've been talking to my mom about it all weekend and the past few days, and the more we talk openly it has made everything seem a bit more clear. I have worked out that despite the history attached and no matter our biology, she's just a little girl. So today, I was talking to my mom on my lunch break and we were discussing Christmas and how we do it. Logistically, as at this point, I was only going Boxing Day. When my mom mentioned Christmas dinner and playing me one up to warm up and eat at home, I just realized what's the point of avoiding everyone and sitting at home getting pissed and playing my PC with only my fish for company. So I went something like, yeah, why not? Get enough for me and I'm coming Christmas Day too. She thought I was joking. When she realized I wasn't, I could tell in the tone of voice she was thrilled. She asked me if I realized the kid's still going and I said I do. She asked me how I felt. I said honestly I don't want to think about all that. I just want to go Christmas Day and spend it with my family. And if a young girl's there, I'll just be polite and respectful and treat her how I would any lonely young woman on Christmas Day. I asked her to let her know, and text her and see if she's also okay with that. She did, and in the short space of time on my call she got back to my mom really happy, saying of course it is and can't believe it. So that's it. I'm going. My mom texted me earlier saying she's so happy I'm coming and doesn't have to worry about me being on my own anymore. I sat there this afternoon feeling a bit relieved, and I'm also absolutely bloody terrified, but not in a bad way, more of a facing something uncertain. I'm thinking of writing her another letter too. Nothing serious, just a bit about me to introduce myself and maybe ask her for one back.